Now to Canada's first presumptive case of coronavirus. We're learning the man had signs of the disease while on the plane back to Toronto. That has healthcare workers scrambling to track down anyone who may have been in close proximity to him. As Jamie Maraca reports, the patient in question did not report his symptoms when he landed at Pearson Airport.
As Canadian passengers continue to take precautions when flying to China, medical experts are now warning some returning travelers may have been exposed to the coronavirus.
Based on the latest information, the patient had symptoms on the plane.
That man in his 50s remains in stable condition in a Toronto hospital after returning on China Southern Airlines flight CZ311 Wednesday.
In a plane contact tracing perspective, we're looking at a 2-meter radius. There were passengers within that 2-meter radius. They will be contacted no matter where they are in Canada.
When asked if the patient went through Pearson International Airport's advanced screening, officials said yes, but could not confirm if he reported his symptoms to border agents when he arrived on January 22nd. Instead, the Minister of Health praised the man for contacting 911 on January 23rd, more than 24 hours later.
The patient, when he became ill, more ill, that he realized he needed medical support, in fact followed all of the information provided at the airport.
And while officials say the risk to the public is low, the scenario has some concern the screening system has cracks. This global health expert disagrees.
These things do take time, but in this case, public health officials acted actually very quickly in Canada. It's actually a very good news from a public health system perspective.
Meantime, the patient will remain under close watch.
We'll definitely be continuing to maintain the same precautions and observation until we can be confident that there is enough improvement and that the patient is no longer at risk of transmitting to anyone else.
This as our healthcare system braces for the next confirmed case.
There will be more cases imported into Canada in the near term, given global travel patterns.
An increased inevitability as Lunar New Year holiday revelers return home. Jamie Maraca, Global News, Toronto.
Health officials in China say the virus has entered a more serious and complex period, and the numbers reflect that. There are now nearly 2,000 confirmed cases in the country. The death toll has also jumped. 15 more deaths reported since yesterday, bringing the total to 56. Hong Kong, which was badly hit by the SARS virus in 2003, has now barred residents of Hubei province, where the virus was first detected, from entering the city until further notice. The U.S. government is reporting its 5th case of the coronavirus, a person from Orange County, California. The complication of this virus is that it takes days before there are any symptoms, so people could be exposed to it and not know it. That's prompted extra health measures around the world. Jennifer Johnson continues our coverage.
U.S. officials are now preparing to evacuate all diplomats, their families, and other American citizens, over 1,000 people, out of Wuhan, China, the epicenter for the outbreak of a new coronavirus. It's a process that could require several trips and planes.
We're not entirely sure.
George Goodwin, an American teacher in Wuhan, is nervously waiting to see what will happen.
We know, for example, that the U.S. consulate was told to evacuate, but they haven't been able to. And that kind of set a lot of us on edge.
There are now at least 5 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the U.S., states that include Arizona, California, Washington, and Illinois.
She was infected in Wuhan, so she starts to develop symptoms 3 to 4 days after getting back.
Doctors advising people to take precautions because the incubation period for this new viral illness is so long.
Wash your hands frequently if you can. If you can't, try to use the alcohol. Stay away from crowded places where there are a lot of people that are sneezing and coughing, and just do general healthy measures.
The French government also held an emergency meeting and now plans to airlift its citizens out of Wuhan back to France. The virus is being reported in over 10 countries. Precautions are being taken around the world. This person escorted off a plane in Baltimore.
Because of the tightened time, we're just using an abundance of caution.
Surgical masks are selling out. Parks, including Disneyland Hong Kong, are being closed as the virus spreads.
course, we're disappointed, especially it's my mom's birthday.
Chinese New Year celebrations have also been canceled, from a parade in Paris to celebrations in Colorado.
There are people coming from China, so we want to make sure that people are free of concerns of spreading of the disease.
Millions of people around the globe taking no risks as this deadly virus and fears of contracting it continue to spread. Jennifer Johnson, Global News, Washington.